Also known as the Hood Pharmacist, Molley hails from Centurion and has done exceptionally well in earning his stripes in the industry. He actively built a solid fan base when his music career took off on Soundcloud, getting him over 10,000 hits on his first single, and he's never looked back since. And we're so happy to have him back in the loft with us again today to see what he's been up to.
I'm in Gucci Gula like they made me ambassador. That shit is hazardous. I'm about $1 million up on the average. When I go out, there's a camera. I'm with your bitch and she better than Pamela. We at the beach and it's glamorous. Baby, get peppered up. I'm a hitter with the stamina. I was on camera. Girl, I'm in Gucci Gula like they made me ambassador. This shit is hazardous. I'm about $1 million up on the average. When I go out, there's a camera. I'm with your bitch and she better than Pamela. We at the beach and it's glamorous. Baby, get peppered up. I'm a hitter with the stamina.
Hey, welcome back to the loft to Molley. I mean, it's so good seeing you again.
Thank you very much for having me again.
I mean, last time you touched base with us on Afternoon Express, it felt like many moons ago. And now you're 2 years deep within the music industry. You've collaborated with such hard hitters and heavyweights within the music industry. Abo Speedster, Stoogie T, Questa, and you're within the millions when it comes to paid platforms and streams within your music. So when it comes to how it all started, can you just share that journey with us and recap us on where you find yourself today?
Where it all started, like 4 years ago. Just dropping music on SoundCloud, just for fun on the internet, and then it just took off rapidly and just started hitting up by like mainstream artists like you said, Speedster, Capital, and then it just went completely mainstream. And then here we are, yeah. You
have been very open, very vocal within your music about your own struggles with mental health, anxiety, depression, and I guess the form of creation that you find yourself in daily. So can you just take us back to that first album that you dropped, the first bit of music and the first projects that we saw you working on that addressed exactly that?
I think the first one that sort of addressed the mental health thing was Dreams Money Can Buy. Yeah. That was the first EP that I dropped like 3 years ago. I think people just sort of related to it, you know. I think like people sort of call me an advocate for mental health, but I'm more of just like a voice to be heard, a voice to be felt for other people, you know. I'm not necessarily coming with like a message, but I'm just someone that people can relate to. They can feel like it's okay to feel like that. And they can just relate to the type of thoughts that I'm having, and I just put that in my music. I sort of just tell my story, and whoever wants to hear and just release from it can do that. You're
also very spiritual, which I love. I mean, as a 20-year-old and you within your generation, a lot of guys aren't really delving deep and digging deep. I know something that you hold quite true to you is meditation. So how have all these forms of healing and therapeutic release helped you?
Meditation is very definitely beneficial, you know. Regardless of the whole spiritual side of it, you know, just psychologically. I've read a whole lot about meditation to do with science and everything. It's so releasing, you know, as a whole. Definitely, you know, but music has probably been the one thing personally myself that has just done the most for me, you know. It's sort of like a therapist, you know. Just sing away, just write down your feelings, and it turns into something so much bigger, you know. It starts off as being something that you're just sort of releasing, and then it can turn into a whole song that other people can also find comfort in, you know.
And when it comes to the process of making that music, not only are you therapeutically writing and creating, but what does go into creating a new project?
Quite a lot, you know. It depends on what you're trying to sort of portray and put out there. Depends if you're trying to tell a story or if you're just trying to like sort of put together a bunch of random songs. But this year, it was quite different, you know. I did a lot of production myself. I got into producing my own music, so I did a lot of that on this tape. I think about 6 songs are fully made from scratch from me.
Wow.
So that was quite a new take. You know, I spent most of my time doing this tape in Swaziland. I was in Swaziland for the first 4 months of lockdown this year. I was sort of trapped there, you know. I went there for like 3 days, and then they said lockdown, and 3 days turned into a week, 2 weeks, 2 months, 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah, it was super crazy. It was very tolling mentally on me. But that's when I made most of the tape. People can sort of just hear what I was going through during the time. It's very much within the whole tape.
So where do you find yourself now with the growth within your career and the recognition that you're getting or not getting?
This year was really, for us, it was about taking it sort of internationally, but obviously COVID happened, sort of held everything back. But that's definitely where we want to see things, you know.
Okay.
The music can only go so far in South Africa. There's only a certain amount of
Reach.
I want to say, yeah, not reach, but yeah, like an audience that sort of likes this type of music, because like the music I make is very niche, very alternative. There's only a certain amount of people that are there to consume it, you know, and to convince so many more people is quite a hard thing in this country, especially, yeah. So we've always just wanted to take it across Africa, abroad. That's the next mission.
Stunning. And when you do take it, what will you be taking? Tell us about your mixtape.
Yeah, I just dropped my mixtape, debut mixtape, All Is Fair in Love and War, out now on all platforms. And we will be pushing an album from the beginning of next year as well.
Beautiful. Well, J Molley, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to hearing all about it. But you also have an incredible performance coming up.
Yeah.
So I'm also looking forward to that. South Africa, stay tuned. Please do engage with us on social media using that hashtag Afternoon Express in all of your comments. Let us know if you're feeling J Molley.